Moving on, viewers, the UP International Trade Show 2025 is underway, the flagship event of the Uttar Pradesh government, highlighting the state's remarkable industrial progress, entrepreneurial spirit and global business potential. This event was inaugurated by the Prime Minister, and he put the spotlight once again on India's Swadeshi Mission and the need to focus on Make in India. To know more, Times Now also spoke to the Additional Chief Secretary of Uttar Pradesh, Alok Kumar, who spoke about how the UP International Trade Show focuses on turning global challenges into opportunities. Listen.
It is the third edition of Uttar Pradesh International Trade Show, and this edition has become bigger and better. There are many opportunities for those who want to invest in Uttar Pradesh and also for the traders who would want to have international market. But there are challenges also. To speak more on this, we have Additional Chief Secretary MSME, Mr. Alok Kumar. Sir, Prime Minister has spoken about one big challenge, which is that you need to deliver quality products. How are you going to ensure that? Because this is one of the biggest challenges as far as international markets are concerned.
You see, if you look at where we stand today, in 2017-18, the exports out of UP were 86,000 crore rupees. Today it has reached a figure of 2 lakh crore rupees, which means almost like 2.5 times growth in a period of 6-7 years. Without quality, that would not have been possible. However, it is also true that we don't manufacture a large number of things. And even with those we manufacture, we need to not only look at quality, but also look at designs, what the market expects. So you can't produce in isolation. You have to cater to the demands of the tastes or the preferences or the changing preferences of the consumers. So it is a consistent battle in terms of adjusting to the demand conditions of the market, the challenges of the of production, and also in some senses geopolitical order, which also creates a lot of uncertainties for our industries. And what I would say is that we are coping up with the challenge. Of course, there is a place for improvement, and that is something which the Prime Minister has exhorted us to do, and we will like to do that. Secondly, I would also like to state that if you look at say last 7-8 years, in 2015 we were registering about 500 new factories a year. The 23-24 ASI survey is just out, a month back, and UP registered 3,200 new factories in the year 23-24, which is larger than any other state. The gross value added increase, delta, we added 25%. So if you look at that kind of pace, we are looking at doubling our industrial economy every 3 years. And it is not happening by default, it is happening by design. We have put in, and there are 4 pillars to that large effort. One is the security, because no investor will come unless he feels secure. Second pillar is policy, what kind of incentives you offer. Third pillar is governance and ease of doing business. And fourth pillar is infrastructure, logistic costs, etc., how you can reduce. On each 4 of the above, we have been working. And if you look at the infrastructure part, we have the largest network of expressways, we have the largest number of airports, we have the largest network of railways. So we are working in a manner, government is trying to facilitate manner on how industries can produce low cost, because you have to have a quality, but you also have to have a price, because if you have a very high quality but very few people are able to afford it, that also is not going to work. So we are working that, and some results are happening, and my own sense is 24-25 we should have 4,000 new factories, and 25-26 we are looking at 6,000 new factories. So what I'm trying to say is that there is an exponential growth which is happening, and the impact of this will be on the GDP and other things will start coming. We are talking of $1 trillion economy. We have now become the second largest economy in the whole country among the states, and we are, as a share of the overall Indian GDP pie, UP is increasing its share as it should, because we are 16-17% of the state of the national population, so we should have a commensurate share in the economic pie as well. So what I mean to say is that there is a lot of things that have been done, and I'm not talking on the top of my hat. It is something which is born on the ground. It is with the results of the data published by Government of India. And yet, there is a long challenge, and UP as a potential. So one is with respect to what we have done in the past. There we have cause for satisfaction. But are we where we should be? That gap is a huge gap that needs to be bridged, and our now single-minded focus is how to bridge that gap so that UP puts it full weight in the overall national development scenario.
And with this, we will slip into a very, very short break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay with us.